Hey guys, what is up everybody? Welcome to a new video. In this video I'm gonna take you on a ride with me on Triumph Tiger 660 Sport, because in my previous videos I was talking to you about what is good about this motorcycle, what can be done better about this motorcycle, and today just gonna give you this kind of immersive experience, just riding with me and see with your eyes how it is to ride Triumph Tiger 660 Sport. So with no further ado, let's jump onto the bike and experience riding it. Start the engine. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let's ride a little bit and talk about Triumph Tiger 660 Sport. So I spent quite some time with this motorcycle, and it's already been 1,000 miles or 1,600 kilometers on the road. So first service interval is done, and I would say it's kind of enough time to get my opinion on this bike and also get to know the motorcycle. It is a really good bike. I mean, it has things which can be done better, but it's already a really good motorcycle. I'm currently riding in rain mode, so it means that my throttle response is not that instant as it in road mode, because this motorcycle has two modes, because it has ride-by-wire system. So it means that just to make sure you're safe when road condition is not that good, you can choose one of those options. For example, here on the dash you see now I switched to the road mode, and now I'm in the rain mode. And then you also have possibility to customize it through the settings. Actually, speaking of the dash as well, it's super good. You can read it any time of the day and night, which I actually like a lot. And in one of my previous videos I told you that I don't believe this motorcycle is like touring motorcycle, just because it's quite small. But for some people this is the only option to go. It has luggage options such as panniers and top box, which are offered by Triumph. It has electronics which helps you on your way anywhere. It has extended service intervals. Some countries it says 10,000 kilometers. In some countries it says 15,000 kilometers. So basically it depends where you are in the world. You will have different service intervals. Okay, let me just turn left here. So, and you see I am starting from the third gear and it just goes there. It is fun engine. It's like really fun engine to ride, but it's not crazy fun, which is important. It is important for those of you who are first time riding such motorcycles, like those of you who either buying first motorcycle or moving to motorcycle from the scooter, and also for those people who have experience in the past and they want to come back, or if it's your second motorcycle and you want something which be super balanced and super versatile to use. So this is exactly the one. And as I told you before, I think it's more city bikes than touring bike. But if you want to go for a small trip into the mountains like I did today, this motorcycle will be something which bring you a lot of fun for 1 or 2 days ride, because it's nimble, it has super responsive engine, and that's what I like about it. It just easy to operate, it is easy to maneuver. You see, it just goes. Brakes are also grippy, so when you need to brake, it gives you this opportunity. And then when you need to accelerate, when you're past your apex in the corner and now you want to open up, it just goes, even on the fifth gear. Beautiful, beautiful motorcycle to ride. Because many of you were asking about touring capabilities, and that's, you know, this motorcycle positioned as a touring motorcycle, but entry point touring motorcycle. So many of you were asking about it, and I said that probably it's not touring in a way. Bigger bikes can be touring motorcycles, because gearbox, like if you go on highway, this gearbox would not be enough for you. This motorcycle is pretty active and super quick in a speed range between, I mean, 0 and 120 kilometers per hour, or maybe 130 kilometers per hour. But that would be your sixth gear. And at the sixth gear, you will have around 5,000–6,000 RPMs at 100 kilometers or 110 kilometers. Meaning that you don't have enough power reserve to overtake or enough power reserve to actually go faster, or if you do, you're probably gonna consume a lot of gasoline, which makes this motorcycle not that much efficient. But if you don't spend much of the time on highways and you want to go to curvy mountain roads and you want just to enjoy, you want a lean motorcycle from side to side, this will be the perfect motorcycle for you. So as I mentioned before, I spent around 1,000 miles on this motorcycle, and I would say that I'm happy riding this motorcycle. I still have that fun of riding it every time, go through the corners. I just genuinely like it. It is super fun experience being on Triumph Tiger 660 Sport. But again, even though it has a name, it has, let's say, Tiger family name, I would say it's more, there is not so many things related to Tiger lineup, because as you know, Tiger lineup from Triumph, it is kind of brother or alternative to BMW GS series, but this one is more Tracer 7 family. So this one is more to compete with Japanese rivals, I would say. So Tracer, Kawasaki Versus, that will be the league for this motorcycle, I would say. If you're actually looking for compact sport tourer motorcycle, I think there is no competition to this bike. Of course there is Yamaha and Kawasaki's, but this is the only one with a triple engine. And this triple engine gives you a lot of fun. It gives you a lot of fun in terms of how you ride it. It gives you a lot of fun in terms of how it sounds. And you kind of feel it as a more mature motorcycle. You feel it like you're riding something more serious than just entry bike motorcycle. And that's how I feel about Triumph Tiger 660. I did not mention before, and probably I have to, that fuel consumption is really good on this bike. So if you're riding in a speed range between 0 and 100 kilometers per hour, you will get really good combination of miles per gallon. And I feel that is important as well, especially in today's world where gasoline is super expensive and we have to be friendly to the environment. I didn't mention tires, but I mentioned them before. So tires are really good. When they developed this bike, they knew that it's going to be used more on the roads, it's going to be used more in city, so it's not going to go for long trips on highway, even though I know some people do that, and that's completely fine, especially as I told you before, if you're kind of short in your stature, you probably don't have many options like this. So you can definitely ride on this motorcycle even for longer trips, right? So Triumph did really good job with this motorcycle. You see, look at this front fairing. Remember I told you in one of the previous videos that it's wobbling, and that's you can see how it's been. You see, it's just shaking, and that's what I don't really like. So if you guys know why it's happening, why it's so, let me know. I'm just really curious about it. So those tires are super sticky. I like them. Every corner is super confident. You just lean in the corner and it goes in a trajectory you want it to go. Speaking of brakes, as I told you before, again, in like normal conditions, those brakes are really good. So they give you confidence. But if you have to brake with the, I don't know, you have some kind of extreme situation and you need to brake hard, probably these brakes would not be enough. You actually need to engage both of them, like front and rear. And from my practice, I mostly use front brakes, unless there is a dual brake system on the motorcycle. Oh, look at this, they have some kind of rally. So yeah, unless there is a dual braking system on motorcycles like Honda likes to use, and when you have such braking system, it's actually much more efficient. But here again, we have what we have. But yeah, when you have extreme braking situation, it might not be enough for you. But in most of the cases, brakes are really good, especially in combination with Michelin tires. And I think this is why, even though when brakes are on the edge, tires also help. And then you have ABS system, which is standard here. Not many motorcycles in this like 600cc range offer you ABS to be in base package, right? But this one does. Oh, so much traffic today. So you see, I'm just able to lean it left and right with no issues, and then I don't really need to engage gearbox that much, especially when I slow down and then I accelerate. There is no problem for me to just like open the throttle and bike goes, and that's what I like about it. It's kind of simple to communicate, right, with this bike, simple to operate, simple to enjoy it. That's what I'm talking about. This is where you should take this bike, to the roads like this, because here is like, that's where the whole potential of this bike is open up. Beautiful motorcycle. I actually also like this color scheme. I looked into other schemes which are offered by Triumph, the blue one, the gray one, and I would say that combination of red, black and gray makes it look premium. I just genuinely like it.